Hi viewers, welcome you once again to Micro Learning. This is once again Shailaja with you with the book back questions. So previously we have seen all the short answers. So today we are going to see the 3 marks question. So your first question is explain the following in short. That is, they have given 2: seasonal unemployment, frictional unemployment and educated unemployment. So seasonal unemployment, frictional, educated unemployment, it is already there in 5 marks as such. Okay, if you learn the other 3 other than this, you can write this for your detail also. So this question comes in 3 marks. Seasonal unemployment, all of us know very well, it happens only during a particular season. Especially this is on agro based industries. So I have given you an example like ice cream industry, holiday resorts. So only during the seasonal time there is employment. Other times they do not have much income as such. So seasonal unemployment is an unemployment occurring during a certain season of the year. In agriculture and agro based industries, especially in sugar production, you can see this particular type of unemployment exists. These industries offer employment only during a particular season. At other times they are unemployed. Now what is frictional unemployment? Frictional unemployment is also called as a temporary unemployment. So here temporary unemployment. So frictional unemployment is mainly due to the demand for labor and supply of labor is imbalanced actually. As far as India is concerned, we are having more of frictional unemployment is because we have more labor. But the demand for labor is only less. The supply of labor is more. Not only that, we are having immobility of labor. People are not ready to move from one area to another as they are very much attached towards their own country, their family members. Next is, you can see turnout of students from Madras, from all the universities are very high, but they lack the necessary skills. So they are not given proper technical training as such. Next down is machineries. When you go to industry, sometimes there is a breakdown of machineries. Next one is shortage of raw materials. All this leads to frictional unemployment. Next is educated unemployment. Okay, people who pass out from India they are huge in number. Okay, and they have various educational systems, and there are mass students turnout, and each of them they are preferring only for a white collar job. Okay, so all of them may not get white collar job, so they do not like to work in a job which is below their dignity. So this leads to educated unemployment. Next is, write a short note on implication of Say's law. So the first one says no possibility for overproduction or unemployment. Okay, no possibility of overproduction or unemployment. Next one says, this because it says, what does Say's law says? Supply creates its own demand. So when supply creates its own demand, what does JB says is there is no overproduction or there is unemployment. But actually that is false. As per J.M. Keynes has argued against J.B. Say's law. Second one says there exist unutilized resources in the economy. It is profitable to employ them up to a point of full equilibrium. So there are resources which are not utilized. This can be utilized till you achieve full employment. And third one says, as autonomous price mechanism operates in the economy, there is no need for government interference. Okay, automatically when investment price mechanism is operating, what happens? There is no need of government intervention. Okay, but that is according to J.B. Say. But what is Keynes says? Keynes says there should be definitely government interference. The next one says interest flexibility brings about equality between savings and investment. So interest flexibility. If your interest rates are going to be very high, there is going to be savings. If your interest rate is going to be very low, we are going to take loan. So the next point is money performs only the medium of exchange. Okay, and people will not hold ideal money. That's what JB says. Third one, explain Keynes' theory. Keynes' theory was a general theory because it is explain all types of situations. Whatever JB says is left out. J.M. Keynes has touched almost all the points. Then his theory says employment was based on the view of the short run. Next one is the factors of production such as capital goods, supply of labor, technology and efficiency of labor remain unchanged while determining the level of employment. So when we are recruiting people, to that particular season we see what is the technology needed, okay, what is the type of employment that has to be given, what type of labor has to be recruited. What do you mean by aggregate demand? Mention its components. So you have an equation. Without fail you should write the equations, and this is supposed to be the components. So what do you mean by aggregate demand? Look at the question. First you have to write the answer for what is aggregate demand. Then you have to mention what is its component. So what is aggregate demand? Aggregate demand is supposed to be the amount of money which entrepreneur expects to get by selling the output produced by the number of laborers employed. Therefore, it is expected income or revenue from the sale of output at different levels of employment. So what is the equation given? AD is nothing but aggregate demand, which is equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus M. And what are the four components? Consumption demand, investment demand, government expenditure, and net export. Your next question. Explain about aggregate supply with the help of a diagram. So we have already seen this. We have seen about linear, non-linear, all those things. Here we are going to see just the answer of it. Aggregate supply refers to the value of total output of goods and services produced in an economy in a year. So aggregate supply function is an increasing function of the level of employment. So aggregate supply is equal to the value of the national product. So AS is equal to C plus S plus T plus RF, where aggregate income generated in the economy. So this diagram has been explained. What is Z? Z stands for linear. Z1 stands for non-linear. Okay, so what does linear says? Money wages remain fixed. Here it increases with the employment. So non-linear tells you wage rate is keeping on increasing with the employment. Okay, so higher your employment strategy, higher will be your wages as such. When full employment level is NF, so at when F, what happens? It reaches and is impossible to increase the output after this. Okay, you cannot be employing more people. So the fourth point is the slope of the aggregate supply. The slope of the aggregate supply curve depends on the relationship between employment and productivity. So aggregate supply curve becomes inelastic. That is, inelastic is nothing but this vertical straight line that you are able to see. Okay. So the next one says thus aggregate supply depends on the relationship between price and wages. Now this is almost every time they ask you this question. What's the difference between classism and Keynesian? It's better always you jot down all the points to be on the safe side. Don't stick on to 5 points. Don't have that concept of writing only 5 points. Write maximum that you can. So here they have given Keynes and classism difference. It's very easy to remember. See, it is short run. It's long run. And please be very careful when you write it. When you write this heading, see they have given difference between classism and Keynesian. But here they is given Keynesian first and then they have given classism. Most of you make mistake by writing first classism and Keynesian, and you write all the classism points under Keynesian. So there your mark goes. So be very careful when you write your heading. So on your right hand side you write classism and on your left hand side you write Keynes. Here it is given short run. This is long run equilibrium. So it's easy for you to remember. Okay, only one word changes over here. Next is saving is a vice. Saving is a social virtue. Then macro approach to national problems. This is micro approach to macro problem. State intervention is advocated. Laissez-faire policy. Non-interference of the government is called as laissez-faire policy. Then capitalism as inherent contradiction. Here capital is well and good. Budget should be adjusted to the requirement of the economy. Here we have a balanced budget. So again children, I remind you to when you write this answer, be very careful. On your left hand side it should be Keynes, and on your right hand side it should be classism. Next one is detail. So when you look at the detail, I have just given you the page numbers. Describe the types of unemployment. Already this question is there in the 3 marks because they have asked you 3. Frictional, educated unemployment, seasonal unemployment. So another 3 if you add on to it, your detail of the first one gets over. Next one, criticism. Critically explain Say's law of market. It's in page number 41 and 42. Narrate the equilibrium between ADF and generally this question is being asked. Okay, ADF and ASF with diagram. You can refer page number 45. Explain the difference between classism and Asian. Just now we saw. It's in page number 46 and 47. So, those who are watching the channel for the first time, please like, subscribe, comment and share your views to Micro Learning. This is Shailaja once again signing off from all of you. Thank you very much.